Good evening, Unique Couples community. We are Vito and Linda Patrick, founders of Unique Couples, co-authors of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage, and welcome to day 12 of the 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage Summit, Marriage on a Mission. And we are in for another fun-filled time this evening. We have a dynamic couple who is with us, who is going to be telling our audience a little about themselves very soon. So I just want to say welcome to our Unique Couples community, day 12.
Oh, yes. And it's so exciting. I can't believe 12 is here already. And we have the gardeners in the house. So we promise we're trying to deliver on. We are almost at the halfway mark of 30 days, 30 couples, and 30 ways to make your relationship stronger, healthier, and happier in 30 minutes or less a day. So we're all in for a treat.
Yeah. Good evening to the gardeners. How are you doing?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good to see both of you. Hey, and our listeners, listen, and viewers, go ahead. Hashtag marriage on a mission. Hashtag 7 Pillars. We want you to go ahead and share to help. Let someone know that we are here. The gardeners are here. And we are in for a treat tonight.
Yes, we're going to be in for a great time. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. So we're going to dive straight into our conversation for this evening. And Mark and La'Verne, can you tell our viewing audience a little about yourselves? How and when did you meet?
Okay. I can tell you a little bit about myself. Mark Gardiner is my name. I consider myself a God man, one who believes fully in his supremacy and sovereignty. I am a husband, a father, a son, and a son who has actually primary care giving responsibilities for his 91-year-old mother.
Ooh, 91.
I am also a community-minded person, a culturalist, a creative, even though that's not a highly rated classification in our country, according to some. But it does pay some of the bills. And the major portion of the bills is paid by my profession, which I am in insurance, general insurance industry.
Well, I am La'Verne Gardiner. I am a wife and a mother. I am the founder of HACES Empowerment and Resource Center for Women. And I love to help and encourage and inspire, motivate, and uplift women. People in general, women especially, I'm going to say.
Awesome. And we actually met at age 7 in Sunday school.
In Sunday school.
She hated my guts.
Absolutely correct.
My family relocated to another district. And when I came back, I was much older. Much more fit, and I was drinking milk. Yeah, and when she saw me again, she couldn't resist. She had to,
we'll go with that story.
She had to repent of all of the ill things she did to me when we were 7.
Well, at the time, 7, he was very annoying. So yeah, he was annoying. But when he returned to the Bahamas, and he approached me, and he was like, he walked up to me and he said, "I know you don't remember me." And I said immediately to him, "Of course I remember you, Mark Gardiner."
And that's when she asked me to marry her.
Right away.
Say no.
And he couldn't say no.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't say no.
Okay.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. And the rest is history.
31 and a half years later.
Yeah.
How many years?
31 and a half.
Okay.
Yeah, the half. Okay.
He got the half. I love how he emphasized that more than once.
Yeah. It's really just more than a half, because April of next year will make 32 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. He remembered that. Listen.
So he had the halfway point.
Yeah. Mark remembers all of the dates. I'm embarrassed but proud to say Mark remember all of the dates. I am not good at the dates at all. I remember our anniversary, our wedding anniversary. He remembers the first date. He remembers all of those things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I like that, Vito. I like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we together, right?
Yeah. He's a record keeper. I understand.
Right.
Great job, Mark.
Focus on that.
Keep up
Focus
the
on
good
the
work.
fact that we still together.
Listen, I have to. I wanted to go there at the end, but I have to say it now. I love the fact. I know we're talking about couples and stuff, but I have to plug this in right here. That you say, "I see you, I feel you." I'm not sure if I'm saying it in the correct
Yes,
order.
I see you, I feel you, I support you.
Yes, I see you, I feel you, I support you, and I know you do that, and I know the ladies feel that. I had the honor of being a part of Hey Sis Twice empowerment session last year, and then of course the weekend, and indeed, you just epitomize that. Like you live that. I see you, I feel you, I support you, and I just want to say you are phenomenal. I wanted to say that on Saturday night and not Saturday night, Sunday, and call you and say that, but I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do it here.
Well,
And you're doing an
thank
awesome
you.
job encouraging women. We need our women uplifted. We need our women empowered. And put the plug in, we also need the men too.
Absolutely. I'm trying to convince Mark. I have not been successful. And so perhaps Vito will help me. I'm trying to convince Mark to start. Hey, bro.
Yes. I could see it, Mark. I could see it. I just feel it.
I keep trying to tell him, come on, let's, know, y'all have unique couples. This is inspiration. We could have Hey Sis and Hey Bro.
Yes. Yes, I see it, Mark. And Vito is going to be there. You have 100% support.
The Hey Sis, Hey Bro podcast or the Hey Bro, Hey Sis podcast.
Yeah, however, but we need the one for bros as well. We definitely need it because men need mentorship. And so we're glad, we're happy that, you're doing your thing, La'Verne, and that you two are working together to help, right? To help. And so continue the great work. And we'll be looking out to hear about Hey Bro, Mark Gardiner. Because you have everything you need for it.
Right here.
Yeah. Because he listed all of those things. I was like, I didn't know Mark was all of that. Community. Yeah. This community minded and all of these things. Yes. You have you have
the foundation is there.
Yes.
So look out for Hey Bro.
Yes.
Okay, Hey Bro.
Hey Bro.
So hey bro, that leads us right into our next question. So can you tell us what is an obstacle or challenge you faced in dating or in marriage? How did you overcome it?
Well, I would definitely say one of the obstacles in dating was the fact that La'Verne was raised in a basically all-female household. So her concept of a male in a home didn't register. Like a male was important because she's seen all of her life that this can be done without a male. So that was a clash in the beginning that we had to hash that out, because if I'm here, you have to see me, you have to feel me, and you have to support me. Right? Even though you grew up in an environment where it was not shown, but this is not how this works. Male and female, the two became one. This is how this thing works. And so I would let her actually say what adjustments that she had to make to actually accommodate that.
Right. So, and it didn't happen overnight, but it took a I want to say retraining in the sense of understanding the importance of the male in the home. Because like Mark said, I grew up with my mom. I was raised by my mom and just sisters. So there was no male. I don't have any brothers. And my mom did everything that she could do. So while I appreciated the fact of, you get married, I always share that you see yourself saying that you're going to get married and you will have a husband, but not really understanding the role that your husband would play, the role that he should play in the home. So I found that everything for me it was initially, there was always pushback because I always felt as if, hey, you're trying to control me. I'm my own person. I could do whatever. because that was what I was accustomed to. You do. I don't really need to talk to you about anything because it just needs to be done. So you do it. And it took prayer and just really recognizing the importance of husband, not even just husband, even from the dating aspect of getting to that place of seeing the value that this person brings to a relationship. And if you say that you love this person and you want to share a life with this person, you have to actually share a life.
Yeah.
And not just have it be on your terms. You have to want to share a life with that person, and then learning how to compromise and have a meeting of the minds and recognizing that you are not diminished in any way. And I think maybe that was not, I think that was part of the fear, that I would be diminished. Who I would be diminished in some way. So yeah.
Wow. And around what age were you, Laverne, when you were making this adjustment in your marriage?
Well, Mark and I got married very young. So we
Okay.
got married at 21.
Okay.
So
Okay. So, I asked that because we have ladies who have opted to get married at a later age.
right.
So when they would have done everything, established their career, some of them even have their own homes and businesses. So they're basically set. And that is some of the, and even outside of their upbringing in terms of, just being in a household with just women and just seeing that and not having men present. But that is some of the issues that they face. We're talking about ladies in their 30s and 40s who are now entering a relationship and they're facing these issues. So what do you say to them coming into or deciding to get into a relationship and entering marriage? What to expect, and what would you say to them as they navigate that new space?
I think one of the things is that they have to recognize, like I said, it's really not about your life being diminished in any way. I believe that the way that God designed us was for us to have relationships and to have community. And relationships should enhance your life. So there has to be a willingness to share, to want to share your life. There has to be a willingness to say that, yes, I've done all of these things for myself, by myself. So I know that I am capable. But here I am now. You have to make room in your life.
Yeah.
You have to want to make room, and then go about whatever that means for the two of you to make room so that you gain an understanding. And I would say, make sure that you have a level of understanding of the needs of a man. Their needs are not like our needs. And that is important if you are at that place where you want now to have that relationship. So understand some of their needs and understand and recognize that they are not wired like us. They do not communicate like us. And so they won't be necessarily moved. And for some of the things that we make, the decisions that we may make, or the things that we may do that for us seemingly is so innocent, to them it means something else. So you absolutely need to be able to have that line of communication, and then for both of you to be honest about what your expectations are. Mark?
I was about to say, making sure I manage the expectations. That's most important. Because if you're coming into a marriage already settled in your ways, there's going to be a lot of adjustments that needs to be made, and you have to have that adaptability to get through it. That's all it takes.
Yeah. You definitely have to have that willingness.
His and her needs is in the book, so make sure grab your copy.
Yes, definitely. So for those of you who haven't gotten a copy of your book yet, 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage, you can go ahead and get it on Amazon. For those of you that are here on the island of Grand Bahama, you can find it at Variety Vault downtown in the Independence Square. You can also find it at Bellevue Gift on Queens Highway, or you can reach out to Linda and I and get your personally signed autograph of 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you get that book. Also, in 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage, we had contributions from a number of couples. And it just so happened the Gardiners, they made a contribution in the book 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage. So Mark and La'Verne, can you tell us about your contribution in the book 7 Pillars to Strengthen Your Marriage? And also, what is your favorite part of the book?
Well, let me tell you this, because having viewed the book, I said to La'Verne, this is an awesome compilation. So I mean, the concept of the book, to me, is my favorite. The actual concept of it.
Mhm.
Now, we contributed to conflict resolution.
Yeah.
Right? And you know the scripture that says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. That was like one of the main focuses that we had early on in the marriage. So what we would do is actually not go to sleep angry, but we just row all night until morning. And I was kidding. That way we ain't sleep. That way we ain't going to sleep. No, but no, the thing was, and I can honestly say that in almost 32 years, we've not had a serious blowout to the point where, you know, I'm out in the front, she's out in the back, and, you know, none of that. And it's because we relied heavily on that scripture that says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
Yeah. And one of the things too is we learned how to take pauses. And, you know, it's in the book as well, because I'm really a big believer in that. I know it's like, you know, don't go to bed angry, but there is value in pauses, because sometimes you can be in a highly emotional state and say things that you regret, but you say it in anger because at that point you're trying to hurt rather than resolve. And I think it's important to recognize when you're getting to that point and say, let's take a pause.
Right. Even what you're saying now is scriptural. The anger of man worketh not the righteousness of God. So when you're in that heat, you know, you can say some things that you cannot walk back.
Right.
And once it's out there, it's gone. You can't walk it back.
And you know, your desire sometimes is, I just want to say what I need to say, this on my chest, and I need to say it. No. Sometimes you need to just, let's take a pause and revisit it and commit to coming back to it. Not take a pause and just leave an unresolved issue, but take a pause and then come back when both of us are in a calmer state. We're better able to not only hear each other, but in a better state to articulate exactly what we're trying to get across. And for me, like Mark said, I love the concept of the book, but I love that section where you had contributions from different people. So as I'm reading it, I'm reading different couples. I'm reading the butlers who do a vision board, who come together and they fast and pray. And so you recognize that everyone's marriage is different, the way that they go about it, but there are nuggets that you could take to apply to your relationship, to your marriage. And so I loved that. And it was so funny because one of the couples did say, you know, never go to bed angry. And I was like, oh Lord. But yeah, like I say, it's not necessarily about going to bed angry so much as it is recognizing that you are in a heightened state. You're feeling a lot of these emotions and negative emotions, and the words that are coming out could possibly do more harm than good. So it's better to take a pause, to calm yourself, to say a prayer, to remove yourself from the situation, go for a drive or whatever, and let's pick this up in an hour. Let's pick this up tomorrow. And
I think one of the biggest lies we were taught as children when we were playing on the playground, that sticks and stones, bones, but words could never hurt me. Lie.
I told someone it's better for you to have a broken bone than to have a broken spirit.
Yes, definitely. And I love what you said, La'Verne. When we're angry, we look at trying to hurt.
Right. You're not really looking for a resolution as much as you're trying to sometimes one up the person. It becomes a debate to see who no.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
take that pause.
That reminds me of, what we were doing. I think it was the three nevers or something. I
Yeah.
didn't get all of them, but I know one of them was not hitting below the belt. We want to say things that definitely would get back to our spouse and really wound them emotionally because of how we feel. But like you said, we can't unwind that. We can't
No,
rewind and correct that.
Now
Like
walk it
once
back.
it's said and done,
It's
the
sad.
feelings are there. It'll take so much more to rebuild that relationship when you do and say these things. Not to say that you still can live through it, but it just takes more
It
work
takes-
to
because
to pull
sometimes
up
it
once
breaks
you tear
trust.
down. Yeah.
Sometimes it just breaks trust, right?
Yeah.
Because if I've shared something with you that was deeply personal or hurtful to me that happened, and now we're having an argument, and you're bringing up aspects of it, or kind of outright throwing it in my face, or making statements that I know that you're referencing what this is that I've shared with you. That's a betrayal. That could be, interpreted as a betrayal, as trust broken. And now we have even more to rebuild.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome points there. That's very important in terms of knowing what to say to your spouse. And if you're angry, you want to make sure you just remain calm and
take the pause.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Take the pause, and I would also say allow the spouse who's asking for the pause, allow that pause. Because sometimes a spouse wants saying, I need a pause. No, I need to finish what.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah, it happens.
Yes.
It does. Because you have so many good points in your head, right?
You want to get it all out.
Right. Like I have 6 good points and I want to say all 6. But how much
guess what? So you're
done?
listening to respond, and you're not listening to understand. You're not listening to see and feel and support your spouse and really get what they're saying. So it's just my answer to this question, or I'm going to put this in, or I have to say this point because this one is going to definitely hurt. This one has to be said because they don't remember this. They don't know this one, so I have to bring up that situation from 5 years ago when he did that and I didn't say anything. Yeah, when he
now it's the time. I was waiting for this moment. Locked and loaded.
Yeah, bringing up the past.
Yes, So that's a no-no.
That's a no-no.
Mm-hmm.
So as we continue the conversation, we are now reaching the fun part where we ask, what is the number one tip or recommendation? So today is day 12 of the 7 pillars to strengthen your marriage.
Summit.
And we have been asking couples each day, what is your number one tip or recommendation to making relationships stronger, healthier, and happier? And we said that we don't want none of the past tips. So Mark and La'Verne, I'm not sure if you watched the previous 11 episodes, but we want no repeats.
No repeats.
let me ask you this. There was a word I used earlier today called adaptability. Was that used in any of the previous?
I don't think so.
No, we haven't.
See where it comes
No, we haven't heard adaptability. But
let me tell you
can go ahead and tell our viewing audience. Your number one tip or recommendation.
Yes,
to make a relationship stronger, healthier, and happier.
Okay.
Yes, let me tell you why. The way you thought at 20 isn't the way you would think at 30. Definitely not the way you would think at 40. Obviously not the way you would think at 50 as life goes on. So as we mature, as we have different views, life gives us some winding roads. We have to be adaptable as people to move with those winding roads, because we're not the same people that we were when we first got married. After 10 years, after 20 years, after 30 years. So adaptability to me would be the number one tip I can say. You have to learn to adjust. Yeah. The only thing that's constant, sounds like we're in a business training room, right? The only thing that's constant is change. And you have to be able to learn to adapt to the changes of your spouse, their views, their new hobbies or whatever it is.
Their physical changes.
Their physical changes. right? If they want to get, say, a Harley motorcycle, right, and then that you have to adapt to the change in the mindset. We're talking about
No.
shifting mindsets. Y'all talking about
No.
shifting mindsets this weekend,
Mm-mm.
right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But seriously,
Not
Yeah.
that
you just have to learn to adapt.
Yeah, adaptability is key. And I agree, because things happen, life happens, and like I said, things change. We're not the same people that we used to be. I've had my share of illnesses and sicknesses that we have gone through since our first year of marriage.
1995.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it has taken not only just a mental change, it's caused physical changes within me. And so you have to, if that's the person that you are committed to, you have to be adaptable, because life throws you some curveballs that there's really no way to prepare for.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key word today. So if y'all didn't hear, put it in the chat.
Adaptability.
Write it. Definitely in marriages, you definitely have to be adaptable. Make it a part of what you do, because there needs to be room for growth as you learn, as you grow and change, and your spouse grows and change, and you do that together. You need to leave room to, don't think that she's going to be the same, whether it's physically or in looks. And men marry and they want their wives to be okay. That's what I married, and 20 years later, that's the same.
Yeah.
Physical that I want to see. But hey, adaptability, that's the key word.
Absolutely.
And then of course, women, we marry and seeing the vision of what you're supposed to be. This is what. And so everything is that vision, and we forget the reality of who the person is. So adaptability is definitely key. I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Love that tip. Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it, Unique Couples Community. Our tip for the day: adaptability.
Yes.
Yes. And as we bring our program to an end, to the gardeners, can you tell our audience what you are doing now or have planned, and share with our audience how they can get in touch with you? I know La'Verne spoke a bit earlier about some of the things she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
The
weekend is over, but the journey continues, right? So you can tell us.
I like that.
Absolutely.
I like that. I know one of the things that we want to work on is getting both kids married and having some grandchildren. That's one of the things.
I hope they're watching. Tell them to watch.
Yeah. That's definitely key for me. I spoke recently to a very, very good friend from childhood who is a bishop now, Bishop Kermit Sanders, who said, "Mark, you ain't live until you have some grandchildren calling you Papa." I said, okay, well, that's what I want next.
But we have no control over that. We have no control over that. I'm not so excited for that, I would say. I'm sure that once the time comes, I will fall madly and deeply in love with grandbabies, but no pressure. No pressure from me. Pressure from him, no pressure from me, But in terms of what we're working on next, what we're doing, we're really just trying to work on being better, not just to ourselves, but to each other. And, trying to make sure that we're not taking each other for granted, because sometimes that comes with comfortability. You're 30 plus years in, and it's like, and trying to make sure that we maintain that level of, I want to say, intimacy, and that level of friendship where you really like the person that you're with. So I would say for us as a couple, we continue to work on that and strive to keep that, to maintain that. And then, of course, Hey Sis is a journey. And so I continue to work with that and to help however I can, to help women, to uplift women, encourage women to meet their goals. And so I'm looking forward to that. We're going to be planning to start a private chat podcast, private, so that women can feel that they have a safe space. So you're going to have to join to be able to express the things that may be holding them back.
Awesome. Definitely. That is
and then also we're working on Hey Bro.
Awesome.
Pray that Mark would see the vision of Hey Bro.
Definitely. Oh, yes. And I know you
by prayer and fasting.
Yes, I know you do the one-on-one or the group sessions as well. I don't know if that continues, so you can let them know how they can reach out to you if they want to get into it.
Not only do we do the seminars and workshops, I do one-on-one coaching, and that's 3 C's coaching for women again. And you can always reach out at 826-6278 or send me a message at hasisempowerment@gmail.com. 826-6278.
Okay.
Right.
And that's
Awesome.
242. Those of you who are watching.
242-826-6278.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, and I like what Mark said. We need to do this for our spouses and stuff too, right? I see you. I feel you.
I support you. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes, we need to definitely make that a thing. And I was about to say, boy, we have 2 talkers on and we were under 30 minutes, but then I think I added some seconds.
You added
it. We were doing
well. I was looking at the
now I remember what I
thought that was a challenge, and we made it. And
yes, y'all made it. Because you were talking about, 31 years in, and we have to make sure with intimacy and all that stuff, and don't take each other for granted. I remembered that we have a December 7th event, which is our all-white couples affair. I almost forgot. And so for everyone watching, those who are 31 years plus and those who are under, you are free to join us. Come along and join us at Pelican Bay, December 7th, 5 p.m. It is going to be a phenomenal experience. Come with if you're married, if you're a couple who is engaged or just a couple, come on down, in your white, and enjoy the night.
Yes. Linda, let me just tell you how you helped me with birthday plans. That's a birthday, so thank you. You made it so easy.
That's going to be an incredible birthday. We're going to even have a cake for you, La'Verne, so it's all set. The link is in the chat. Go ahead and register. Bam, we even having a birthday batch. Bring your friends, La'Verne. I'll send you
I'll go and see if I can cancel the European trip and get my refund back.
Yes. And just invite 10 other friends, Mark. Yeah, and we'll make it a thing. We'll make it an all-white La'Verne party and everything all in one. That sounds awesome.
Yes, that sounds great. We're gonna have a great time.
Yes,
December 7th. Unique couples, all white.
Yes.
You want to be there. So we had fun this evening with the Gardiners.
Yes, we did. Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it. It was great.
Yes, thank you too for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us on day 12 of our 7 pillars to strengthen your marriage summit, Marriage on a Mission. We had fun. For Unique Couples Community, we're going to see you guys again tomorrow for day 13. Same time, same place, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. Love you guys. Have an awesome evening.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yay.